Hi guys, this is Andrew with rockclass101.com. Today we're going to be doing a free sample lesson for Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. And you guys can go to rockclass101.com, sign up for basic membership, print the tab for free, and follow along with me during this lesson. We're going to be covering the intro, which we can also think of as the riff, and we're also going to be covering the verse. So if you enjoyed this lesson on the ukulele, you can get part 2 with premium membership at rockclass101.com, and you're also going to be able to print the complete tab and follow along with me throughout the entire arrangement. So let's go ahead and get started with the first part. So we're going to begin with our intro, and our intro is going to revolve around 5 chords. So we should know most of these because they're pretty basic shapes. The first one's going to be a C chord, and then we're going to go to a G, and then we have an A minor, and then we have an F. But we also have a E minor. Okay, so just the basic shapes. And then we're going to have one variation on an F chord at the end, which is going to be, as I labeled on the tab, an F1. And that shape is going to be our third finger on the 5th fret of string 3, our pinky finger underneath it on the 2nd string, and our index finger on the 1st string of the 3rd fret. Okay, and we can play from 3 down for this one. And again, this one is called an F1. So let's go ahead and begin with the first part. I'll just play the very beginning. Alright, so the first chord is a C. I'm going to use my middle finger on that 3rd fret of string 1, and I'm going to go ahead and hit the 3rd string open, followed by a strum, and then a slap. So again, I have 3rd open, strum, slap, and then I've got a few melody notes. So I'm going to go on string 3, I'm going to go 2, 4, and then string 2 on the 3rd fret. Okay, so again I have, alright, one more time. Okay, so I can keep this shape right here that I've got. It's like a partial bar, right? So you can think of it, it's that G chord, right? But instead of using 3 fingers like you usually do, we're going to do this partial bar with your index finger on the 2nd fret from string 3 down, and your middle finger on that 3rd fret of string 2. And remember, the 4th string will be open. So watch how this shape will tie in right after the C. Right? So you see how I just keep the exact same shape that I'm going into instead of having to switch to all 3 fingers. So one more time. So after I hit that G chord, again I can do a slap right after. Then I'm going to use my pinky to play the 5th fret of string 2. And then I'm going to pick the 1st string, which again is barred with my index finger. Okay, so we'll put that together. One more time. Alright, so it goes into the 2nd fret of string 4. So let's put the C and the G together. Right, and you guys, when you're playing the melody, think of like the song, right? Where they all kind of precede each other. They're like da da da, ba da 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 da, da da da. Right, so that's really important with this melody notes. Right, you see how they all just proceed into each other. Ba ba ba. Okay, so this is where we're at. We're going to keep our index finger on that 2nd fret of string 4. Then take your ring finger, you're going to put it on the 3rd fret of string 1. So the other 2 strings will be open. So when I get to this one, I can again just strum, followed by a slap. Okay? After that, I'm going to take my second finger, put it on 2nd fret of string 1, and then I'm going to play the 3rd fret of string 1 with my ring finger, followed by going to the 2nd string of the 1st fret. Okay, so let's hear what that sounds like. One more time. Okay, so let's put C, G to A minor together. Okay, so from this part, I'm just going to make that basic F chord shape. Again, we're going to strum, followed by a slap, followed again by 2, 3 on string 1, but this time around I'm going to use my ring finger for the 2nd fret and my pinky for the 3rd fret. Okay? After that, we're going to repeat everything, starting with that 3rd string open again. So all together, guys, this is what I have, slowly. Okay, so that's going to repeat all the way through until you get to the 3rd chord. So when I get to this one, I'm going to go into an E minor shape instead. So right after the G, you can see that note will, instead of going to that A minor shape, we're going to go to the 4th fret of string 3. Make that basic staircase shape for E minor, and we can strum that, slap it, and then this time around we're going to hit that note again and do a slide up. So check it out. So it's going to go, we hit it once, we hit it again, and we slide up a half step. And then we go into that F1 shape. And remember, the F1 shape is 3, 4, 1 on frets 5, 5, 3. For the bottom 3 strings. Okay? And we're going to hit from 3 down 2. So if I put it together, I have okay? And it's okay if you hit from 4 down 2 on this F1. It doesn't really matter too much. So finally, right after we hit that F1, we're just going to have a couple more melody notes, which will be 2, 3 on string 1, and that'll end the riff, right? So if I put that last part together, that's what we end up with. And that takes us now into the verse. So let me go ahead and play that intro or the riff all the way through, and we can hear what it sounds like. Alright guys, so that's basically what the intro and the riff is. So now let's take a look at how to play the verse. I'll go ahead and play just the first part, and then we'll break it down and explain what's happening. Alright, so let's look up to there. It starts on that C chord again. We're going to start with the same 3rd string open, followed by a strum and a slap. And then we can pluck the C. Alright, so I've got 3rd, strum, slap, pluck. Next, take your pinky, stretch to 7 on string 1. And we can strum and then play the 3rd fret by itself on string 1. So again. Next I go to a G, but it's a G5, so it's an extended G, you can think of it like that. So think of your basic G chord shape, but this time around, instead of my ring finger on the 3rd fret of string 2, I got my middle finger there, and I got my pinky on 5 on string 1. So there's our extended shape. Alright, so I'm going to strum this chord, and I can hit the 5th fret of string 1 right after. After that double 5, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a slap, and then I'm going to reach my pinky to 7, and I can pluck that chord, right? And then I can hit 7 by itself, followed by a slap, and then another pluck of that full shape. So this is probably the hardest stretch that you've got. So let me play the G5 together and we can hear what it sounds like. Okay, so that's basically what it is. So I've got strum with the pinky on 5, hit first string by itself, slap, then I stretch to 7, and I can pluck that chord, hit 1 by itself, slap, pluck. One more time. Okay, so that's the first couple bars that we've got for the verse. So I've got C, okay, after that we're going into that A minor, and again with this one what we're going to do is we're going to use that first finger on the 2nd fret of string 4 and then use your ring finger for the 3rd fret of string 1. So for this one what I can do is I can hit string 4 by itself, and then I can strum, do a slap, and then a pluck. Alright, and the last note that I'm going to hit right after is with my thumb hitting string 4. Okay, so again, now we're going to jump all the way up, and this one is going to be a F major 7. So what I've got for this one is my 2nd finger is going to be on the 9th fret of string 3, my index finger is going to be on 8 on string 2, and my ring finger is going to be on 10 on string 1. And it's okay if I hit string 4 open as well. So I'm going to strum this chord and hit string 1 by itself right after, which remember guys, that's the 10th fret. Then we're going to walk down. We're going to play 2 strings at a time. We're going to play 7 and 7. So I'm going to use my middle and my 3rd finger. So I've got 7 is the 3rd string with the middle finger, and 7 on the 1st string with my ring finger. After that, I move down a whole step to 5, and then I'm going to move down another whole step with just 1 finger, my index on the 3rd fret of string 1. So you can hear from F major 7 we have, it'll be a nice little walk down like that. So let's put those first 4 bars together. Okay, so the next part is going to start the same up till we get to there. So C is the same and the first part of the G5 is the same up until there, and from this part we're just going to move our pinky back down, pluck strings 1 and 2, and then we're going to lay our middle finger flat on that 3rd fret. So again from G5, that's what we end up with. Going into the same shape that we did for this F major 7 down here, but this time around it's going to be an E minor 7. And from this E minor 7, what we're going to be doing is we're going to strum the chord from 4 down. And again guys, it's the same shape as F major 7, but what we're doing is we're going to be on the 4th fret of string 3 with the middle finger. Index is on the 3rd fret of string 2, and ring finger is on the 5th fret of string 1. 4th string is open. So I'm going to strum 4 down, use my pinky to reach to 7, hit that 1 note, okay? Then I'm going to go to that F1 chord shape, and I can strum from all 4 down for this one. Alright, so let me put that part together. So we have okay, so when I'm on this last one, this F1, I can just kind of accent it a little bit before I start the whole phrase again. So it'll sound something like this. So one thing I can do when I hit the F1, I can do a slap followed by a pluck, hitting string 1 by itself, and another slap and another pluck. So all together I'd have, okay? So all the rhythms kind of follow something loosely based off of each other. And you can come up with your own rhythms too. Just keep that the bars intact and keep that momentum going. So let me play through the entire verse now that we've got it learned, and this will put it together for us. Okay, so there's the first verse, guys, and we covered the intro and the riff. So that concludes what we're going to be doing for this free sample lesson. Now in part 2 for the lesson, which is going to be available for premium members at rockclass101.com, we're going to be covering the rest of the verses, so the second verse, the third verse, and the fourth verse, as well as the pre-chorus and the chorus section. So if you enjoyed this lesson, guys, you can sign up for a premium membership and get the complete tabs for this arrangement, as well as access to the second part of the video lesson, which covers the rest of the song, as we mentioned. You will also get access to every other song that we've got on rockclass101.com. You can check them all out. They're underneath ukulele songs. So click that tab while you're at the site, and I hope to see you in class. Thanks.